Monterey. I'll kick it off by saying that we can expect more of the same or worse before we can expect things to get better. However, we'll persevere, and in doing so, we did receive concurrence from Radar and Bolivar on Tuesday morning, so yesterday morning, to continue with the status quo in terms of the limited decoupled quality of services on board Naval Support Activity Monterey, which in some cases, per higher headquarter directive, purposely have an active duty service member centric element, like the fitness center with some of the mitigations and things like that. So we fully are aware that Admiral Grady has said that's the route he wants to go, and that's the way we're continuing. In order to manage expectations also, we're not expecting a lower health protection condition for the foreseeable future. When Admiral Grady does decide to authorize NSAM transition to health protection condition Bravo, not much will change because many of the quality of life services are operating as though at HPCOM Bravo in a lot of regards. However, we do anticipate that with the other authorization for HPCOM Bravo, will come some ability to implement alterations to a limited number of quality of life services such as outdoor eateries and child youth programs. But again, I have to reemphasize, we're not looking at anywhere foreseeable of having authorization to change where we are right now. And in fact, we've been looking at some troublesome or unfavorable trends now for the last 3 weeks, and in particular, quite an uptick here in the last few days, both at the Presidio and at Naval Support Activity Monterey. That said, once we do get the go-ahead, we'll be collectively ready to safely and timely move out. We're restoring services on the installation, and that's as soon as it's prudent to do so. We get that authorization to do so. I do ask that you refer to Naval Support Activity Monterey's Facebook and the MWR Facebook pages for the most up-to-date and useful information when it comes to different activities on the base. In some cases, we have things available virtual, such as last week's Veterans Day. The Navy band from the Southwest region did a virtual concert, it's still posted if you care to partake in that and listen to it. I got a couple of new items. One of them is that the training team here on the installation will be conducting a force protection exercise with mitigations for COVID on Thursday until tomorrow, November 19th, from noon until 14:30, so 2:30 p.m. That'll be within Building 55, which probably doesn't mean a lot to most folks. So it's a building, it's painted green and white, and it's across from the Fleet and Family Support Center up in La Mesa Village, so up in the housing area. There'll be less than about 10 individuals up there, inside and outside the building, conducting some force protection exercises and drills and things like that. There'll be proper signage and things like that. It's posted on Facebook also. We did a drill this morning. It was a unit level drill, force protection drill over by Del Monte Gate, and that went well with the mitigations for COVID also. So thanks for your understanding if you happen to be over there and see what's going on. Other new items. Let's see. So Navy Higher Headquarters current authorization for the religious ministry services, that would be the Catholic and Protestant services on Sundays, exists in the form of outdoor with mitigations and online. So we've done some brainstorming and some gathering of feedback over the last week or so, since having put a temporary suspension on that on Sunday this last weekend. And that said, the consensus is the winter weather is not conducive with outdoor religious ministry services. Therefore, the religious ministry program is going to revert to online services with an objective of this Sunday, the 22nd, starting that and then until further notice. Now, please understand the religious ministry program will continue to provide non-religious ministry services identical to what the program was doing prior to Sunday, the 4th of October, if you recall. That's when we restarted services inside the chapel. And also Father Castro is available for sacraments as well as, to what has always been available, and that's confession, communion, and baptism. So if you have any questions on it, we can put you in contact with Chaplain Geramo or Father Castro. Another new item is from the Garrison Commander at the Presidio of Monterey. The Presidio of Monterey will host a Volksmarch through its nature preserve on this Sunday, the 21st. It starts at, the starting point is at Hobson Recreation Center. Sign-ups start at 9:30 on the event day itself, so on Saturday. And then the Volksmarch is from 10 to 3 p.m. There's a staggered start every 5 minutes from 10 to 11 o'clock. And they have more information there in terms of what the route is and everything to keep you healthy and everything and COVID-free. It is a free event, and food and beverages will be available for purchase. If you're interested in more details, there's a flyer and a map of the route. It's posted on the Presidio Army MWR page. So if you just Google Presidio Army MWR, it'll pop up, and you can go to that, any of the additional information you might want. There's a reminder that the slope gate will be temporarily closed to all vehicle traffic for approximately 3 to 4 hours this upcoming Saturday, the 21st, starting at about 09. So instead of coming through the slope gate here at Naval Support Activity Monterey, you can go over to the Presidio and do a hike up on their nature preserve. But that said, slope gate, it must be closed. We got some preventative maintenance involving the active barriers when you get done. And it's conducive for doing that on a Saturday when there's less traffic. The Del Monte Gate will be open that day for inbound and outbound traffic. Vehicle traffic anyways, from 09 until the slope gate reopens. And then there will be Navy Security Force personnel, specifically police officers, over at the slope gate throughout the maintenance period just to accommodate pedestrian traffic and conduct some oversight. Another reminder is that the Navy Exchange here on the installation, the Saturday operations of the barbershop began on the 31st of October. It seems to have decent traffic, so we're continuing that. Those hours on Saturday are from 09 to 3:30 p.m. And then also upcoming here, Sunday operations of the main store on the installation for the holidays will begin on November 29th, and they'll end on the December 20th. And those Sunday hours starting on the November 29th are from 10 to 1600. So that's for the NEX. And then just another reminder that the Fleet and Family Readiness services, for instance, like the fitness center, NOFs, things like that, some of the eateries, those are closed on federal holidays, specifically upcoming here, Thanksgiving, Thursday, the 26th of November. The exception is typically the golf course. The golf course stays open on holidays. Understandably, there's those that want to use those services on the holidays, take advantage of it, get out there and use your sticks. And then a last reminder here is that the Department of Defense is still operating within a continuing resolution, which ends December 11th. And we continue to look at the contingencies for what that means going forward. So, but as of right now, we're just continuing to enable mission and looking forward to getting into the holidays here. With that, I'll pass it off to Kyle.
Thank you, Skipper, and good afternoon, NSA Monterey. Like the captain just said, reiterate again that on federal holidays, most of our facilities are closed, but we still do provide some services. We provide emergency services through both our SARC and our FFSC program, and we do have breakfast at the hotel for the guests that are there, at least for the month of December. But for the rest of our facilities, we're typically closed on most federal holidays, just as a rule of thumb. Wanted to talk a little bit about N9 services that are open during HBCon C. So the captain spoke a little bit about it early on in the discussion. The services that are currently open now, we got approval to open early prior to HBCon B because we put certain protocols in place. So there's no guarantee that we'll be able to remain those facilities open. Right now, it looks like we will, provided we continue to follow the safety protocols that we must. We get the occasional complaints at the gym, having to wear masks and so forth. I can tell you that the NFL just instituted 5 per facility can go in their gym total on COVID lockdown. So obviously we're doing a little bit more relaxed than that, but they all have to wear masks as well. So the next time you think about why are these things in place, they're in place so that we can keep these things open. It's very important that we're able to provide these great services to you during this COVID scenario. And the only reason we can do that is because of the safety protocols that are in place. If we don't follow those safety protocols and there's a breakout, we could look at a reduction in services. So please remain diligent. Like the CO continually says, wear your mask, keep your hands washed, and be safe. So that's all we have to update right now from Quality of Life Services, but we're here to answer any questions that you might have. Back to you, sir.
Awesome. Okay, thanks, Kyle. And a small item, but an important item. We do listen. We got feedback that I was less than the stellar sound quality and visual quality in the previous town hall meetings coming from our conference room. So we made an investment in some a headset and a much higher tech camera. So we do listen. We don't always can't get to it right away, but as soon as we get time and resources, we try to fix what the constructive criticism we do get. So, and I don't see any questions either in the chat right now currently, and we'll give it a minute or two and see if anyone has anything. So there's a question, GS employees, is there an estimated date of when we'll return to the office? It depends, I guess, what command you're currently assigned to. And if it involves NSAM, there's different protocols and HR rules and things like that that we're looking at right now. So don't have a definitive answer for you right now. Also depends on your, in some cases, your if you're high risk or things like that, if you're telework capable or not capable, things like that. So there's a, if you come to the installation right now, at least the naval support activity, I know Presidio, I've been on there recently too. There are workforce members there, and but happy to have you back when it's safe to do so. All right, I think that we're giving it some time here to see if we got any other questions. So, oh, here's another one. Yeah, I was right on the wire. Will there failure to pass a budget affect classes and scheduling? Well, that would be an end. I suspect that's from a naval postgraduate school affiliated person. I do not know that question. We will look it up and we'll get you an answer for the next town hall, or we'll have like the dean of students or somebody else put out some word via NPS channels. So I submitted an advanced question. Okay, please. Okay. So Julie says she has submitted an advanced question. Didn't see it. Tina, if you could help me out with that one. Going back to the pass a budget affect classes and scheduling, we did ask questions within the installation lifelines, and having gone through several previous CRs and the results of those CRs, pretty good idea what the installation is able to do and not do. So just realized, Public Works has its ability to keep the lights on, and we have police officers and things like that. So, and as it gets closer, if there's a risk of it, if the CR is, a risk of not passing or something to that effect, we'll put out a comprehensive list of what's happening and what's not happening in terms of activities on the installation. And going back to the other one, Tina, did that give you a chance to look up
Yeah,
the?
Captain, I don't see it anywhere. Julie, would you mind asking your question in the chat and we'll address that?
All right. It could be a long one if it's an advanced question. It might take a while to type that in. But we'll give it we'll give it a minute or two. And if anything else, give us a couple more minutes or so for another question. If not, we'll have Tina stay online and see if we can. Oh, there we go. I'd like to know what plans NPS has following the announcement today by the commanding officer of DLI regarding the explosion of COVID cases at DLI. I don't think anyone from executive NPS is on here. What NPS has following the announcement today by commanding officer of DLI regarding the explosion of COVID cases at DLI. Like I mentioned earlier, there has been an uptick in the number of cases, not necessarily in terms of naval support activity in Monterey, not in terms of on the installation itself. We are aware of cases that are being traced and handled appropriately within the public health lines or within the public health emergency officer circles, both at the Presidio and here with support from Naval Air Station Lemoore. But we continue to march forward and carry and sally forth with the protocols we have and the other safety measures and health measures we have in place. Follow the guidelines. That's what the Garrison Commander recently just put out, was to all Monterey military families associated with the Presidio and it's the Fort Ord area and the La Mesa and Camp Roberts, was follow the follow the COVID guidelines, and we'll see where that takes us. So hopefully that answers your question, Julie. I don't have anything definitive in terms of plans for NPS. There's a Marty, thank you, appreciate it. Questions concerned for NPS COVID, go to the link that's posted in the chat. And Julie, since you're up in the chat, you have an opportunity to go to that. It's at nps.edu/web/safety/coronavirus. All right. All right. Barring any last second questions, we will go ahead and sign off for today. I appreciate everyone's time. Hopefully this was helpful. And we will see you next time, which is on Wednesday, the 18th of November. And I'm sorry, not the 18th of November, 18 December.
December 2nd, Captain.
December 2nd. Yeah, December 2nd is the next one. Sorry, my bad. I'm looking at a different calendar. So December 2nd. Thank you, Tina. Appreciate it. All right. Well, we're signing off here, and thank you very much. It says, okay, great. All right. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. And out here.